Let me do this start recording also. Okay. Seven, should we start now?
Yes, let's
Or we'll
allow
give
Deepak,
2 minutes.
allow Deepak to welcome our speakers.
Deepak is not yet
Now,
joined.
he's there. He's there.
Oh, okay.
Allow Deepak Kumar Raut. He's the vice president of now.
Okay. Welcome everybody to the Now Lux program for career in engineering and technology. And good evening, everybody, whoever in the evening time. Good morning for the people who are in the morning time. We have a panel of speakers on the call. We have our HRD cell convener and myself, Ashok Naik. I'm the host for today. Saubhagya is who will be assisting me and helping me make this session more productive for you. I'll let Dr. Deepak Kumar Raut, who is our now Vice President, who can talk about the speakers and their background and give an introduction.
Thank you, also, bhai. Your brothers and sisters of peace and outside JNB also, if they are present. I, Dr. Deepak Kumar Raut from JNB Fulwani, 1999 batch. Welcome all of you to the ongoing Now lecture talk. Today we have Mr. Nilachal Mahapatra Bhai from JNP Kalahandi, who is 1995 passing out batch. Bhai has done B from UC Burla and is currently working as program manager at Infosys. I welcome Bhai to this event today. We have Mr. Harbal Ghadai Bhai, who is an alumni member of JNP Cuttack, 1994 batch. He has done his B from UC Burla and presently affiliated to IBM Bangalore at a capacity of architect and tech lead. I also welcome you, Bhai. Today we have Srimati Girish Kumari Shetty, who is an alumni of JNP Ganga, 2008 batch. He has completed BTech from IIT Pune and MS from IIT. He is working as a technical specialist at Cummins, Pune. So I welcome you all. In the list of speakers, today we have also Mr. Dayanidhi Mahantabhai from JNP Keonjhar, 1996 batch person. He has done BTech in civil engineering from NIT Allahabad. He is a renowned faculty for JEE Main and Advanced exams. Currently, he is with Sri Chaitanya IIT Academy, Hyderabad. Welcome, Bhai. Thank you. Mr. Mosamjit Khatwa with us today. He is an alumni of JNP Bangalore, 2012 batch, and he has done BTech from IIT Kharagpur. Also, he has done MS from Cornell University and currently pursuing PhD at Cornell University itself, USA. I welcome you, Mosamjit. We have Mr. Deepkumar Pradhan of JNP Bangalore, 2011 batch. He has completed BTech and MTech in civil engineering from NIT Rourkela. Currently, he is working as an assistant executive engineer in work department, government of Odisha, and located at Bhubaneswar. Welcome, Debu. Last but not the least, let me introduce Mr. Ashok Naik Bhai from JNB Ganjam. He is 1996 batch, pass out. Bhai is the convener of Now IT Cell and host for today's event. He is currently working with Info Middle East at a capacity of solution architect. Today for today's event, he is the host. I welcome all the dignified speakers as well as audience to the today's talk, and I request the audience to take sole purpose for which we are conducting all these events and talk series will be fulfilled by the joint contribution of the speakers as well as the audience. Thank you very much. Welcome all. Over to Ashok.
Thank you, um, Deepak. Saubhagya, can you go to the next slide? Saubhagya?
Somebody has taken the control.
Okay. Who has control? Mausamjit? Take back the control. Take back the control.
Showing that I am the presenter. You are presenter now. So is it that I am
No,
a
no,
controller or something?
no, no. Saubhagya, take back the control.
Okay, but presenting mode as well. So what you can fix it. No, doing it. Is uploading it. Taking some time.
But in the screen, it is still showing as live, am I right?
Yeah, YouTube is working properly.
No, I think that live is having some problem. Don't worry, let me share my screen.
You are sharing the video. I'll say.
Yeah, I'll share it directly.
Okay.
So, Mausamjit, you may not be able to control the slide deck, but just let me know what need to be done. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Something problem with that PPT live.
Slide loaded. It's letting me request control.
Then Saubhagya has said,
Yeah, I have uploaded the slide.
okay. Oh, it's not showing. Is everybody able to see the slide deck on that screen?
Yes, yes. Yeah, but there's some black panel on top as well. Yeah, something came. Okay, now it's okay. Now it's okay. Carry on. Make it full screen.
Is it good?
Start talking. Yeah, please start.
Okay, so we'll cover the speakers. Will talk about their experience and their path forward that they have taken for you to understand and learn from that. So I'll let Mausamjit start with his experience and what is his message for you. Over to you,
Thank you.
Mausamjit.
Thanks everyone for attending this session and many thanks to Naao for this opportunity. Really grateful, and it almost feels like back to the NBA, interacting with you all, even though I'm sitting 14,000 kilometers away. Uh, I understand that people today are a little disappointed because of India's premature exit from the World Cup, but don't worry, we'll make it up to you. This session is going to be very fun and interesting. Alright, with that said, let's get started. Let me see if I can control the screen.
I can
Okay,
go to
right.
the next.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah. So in this session I will basically try to cover how to get into an engineering, how to get an engineering degree in India, basically how to prepare for engineering entrance exams and how to get into a good engineering college in India. But before we dive deep into that, let's first ask ourselves the following question: why engineering in the first place? And there are like, not audible. Hello, can you hear me now? Is it better? No,
Audible.
He
Can you
is.
hear me now?
You are audible.
Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, we're at why engineering? There are like so many other professions out there. Why pick engineering? What's so special about engineering? To answer that question, let's start with an example. Many of you who are currently preparing for JEE or in their 12th class, so are probably too young, we're probably not born yet. But 20 years back, the phones used to offer just two basic functionalities. Just you are able to call and text. That's it. But now see, they are capable of so much more, and nobody buys a phone just to make a call or a text, right? And they have replaced the need for so many other gadgets such as a camera, a radio, an MP3 player. So how did all of this happen? This didn't happen overnight, and this was hard work of many passionate engineers. And this was, let's say, there was some computer engineer who figured out how to make a better interface, some mechanical engineer who figured out how to come up with a better packaging solution, and some chemical engineer who figured out how to make the battery technology better. So you see, engineers are working tirelessly to make this world a better place to live, and this is what we as engineers do. We solve problems of today to make life better tomorrow. Now, if you are someone who is interested in, who likes solving new problems, and who is curious about things, then I would say engineering is the right field for you. And one of the main concerns that people have before they pick up engineering is what are the career like employability options. So to answer that question, I would say with globalization, especially in India, many of the MNCs, many of the corporates are now have their footprints in India as well. So, and there are tons of opportunities in almost every engineering field, and they pay you handsomely as well. So, in short, I can say it's a it's a ticket to a better life. Engineering is, and when you are working for a company or doing research, uh, whatever solutions, new solutions you design, they have much broader applicability. They are not just applicable only in India, they will be applicable worldwide. So you'll have opportunities to travel around and see around different parts of the world as well. So now that the motivation to join do engineering is clear, now let's see how to get there. Can you please move to the next slide? Yeah. So to get there, first thing we need to do is write the JEE main exam. And just to be clear, the exam patterns have gone through massive changes over the last few years. So it is important that you stay up to date with the current exam pattern by going to their website and checking what the current exam pattern is. But this is what I have found online. This is the kind of pattern they are following these days. So first thing you need to do is write the JEE main exam, and they are held 4 times a year, January, February, March, and April usually. But with COVID, things may be a little different around this time of the year. But hopefully, with the COVID situation improving, next year will be back to normal. So, if you are an aspirant, engineering aspirant, then you need to take this exam at least one of these exams. You can appear all four, and what they're gonna do is every time you appear the JEE main exam, they will. Can you please move forward? They will give you a percentile. So percentile is basically how you stand among the other candidates who appeared in the exam. It's a measure of it's calculated as number of students who scored less than you divided by the total number of students who appeared in the exam. So you'll get a percentile score for every time you take the JEE main exam. And let's say you had multiple attempts, so they will give you at the end you will they will pick the best percentile, and on the basis of that they will also give you an all India rank. So with that rank you can go on to the next step, which is basically writing the JEE advanced exam. Now before you do that, you have to also make sure that you pass the cutoff percentage. Not everyone who appears in the JEE main exam is eligible to appear in the JEE advanced exam. So after all the 4 JEE main exams are done, they usually release a cutoff percentage, and if you have cleared the cutoff, then you can write the JEE exam, JEE advanced exam. So after you write the JEE advanced exam, you get another rank, and with that you can now appear in the counseling process. So as you can see in the figure, the JEE advanced rank is used to appear in counseling for seats of IITs, whereas the rank that you get from JEE main, that you can use to appear in the counseling for NITs, triple ITs, and centrally funded technical institutes. And this counseling is held under one umbrella called JOSA counseling, the Joint Seat Allocation Committee. And if so, you can see it is clear from here that let's say you want to focus only on NITs and not interested in IITs, let's say, then you don't even need to write the JEE advanced exam. You can just appear in the main exam and that's it. You're good to go. So once you have gone through the counseling, then please move forward. Yeah, that's it. And they will allocate you a seat in the preferred one of your preferred colleges and in the preferred branch. So by July you will be getting into the college of your choice. Now one thing to keep in mind while appearing in the counseling process is that fill up as many choices as you can, because it's highly competitive, and you may think that with your rank you may be able to get some seat, but eventually it will so happen that it gets so crowded that may not get that seat. So just to be on the safe side, make sure you fill as many choices as you can. So by choices I mean there are a couple of options. One is the institute of your choice, the other one is the branch of your choice. So these are the two things that you need to fill out while appearing in the counseling process. So yeah, and please move forward. Yeah, so the other thing is, no, please go back to that. Yeah, please go back to the previous slide. Yeah, so right. The other thing you can do with your JEE main rank is you can use that rank to appear in the counseling process for state engineering colleges, such as the engineering colleges in Odisha. You can appear in OJEE counseling using your JEE main rank itself. So, and through that you can get into the desired college of your desired college by July or August. Yeah, please move forward. Yeah, so here is the exam pattern. The first on the left is the JEE main exam pattern. It's very straightforward. It usually doesn't change much, and it is usually held for 3 subjects: physics, maths, and chemistry. They all carry equal weightage, as you can see, and 100 marks each. And they have 2 sections: section A and section B. Section A is MCQs, multiple choice type questions, and B is numerical value, where your answer would be an integer between 0 to 9. And number of questions that you have on MCQ side is 20, and you have to attempt all 20 of them. And but on the numerical value type of questions, you have 10 questions, and you only need to attempt any 5 of those questions. So out of total 90 questions, you only have to attempt 75 questions, with the maximum score that you can get is 300. And the other important thing to keep in mind is unlike CBSE board exams or other exams that you may have appeared so far, which do not have any negative marks, here there is negative marking for incorrect answers. So before you fill in your choices, just make sure you are absolutely certain about the choice. Otherwise, don't fill it out, because negative marks would hurt you a lot. So just fill out the choices only if you are very certain. And this is a 3-hour long online exam. This will be held online. And then going to the JEE advanced exam pattern, you can see this is just a sample pattern. It usually changes a lot, and this is just to give you an idea as to what to expect in terms of the number of questions and the type of questions. And this exam has 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. They are each 3 hour long each. So, and this table is showing the pattern for each of these parts. So they are usually held 9 to 12 in the morning for the first part, and in the afternoon session for the second part. So, and they typically have 3 different type of questions: multiple choice type questions, and then similar to what you had in the JEE main exam. And then you have numerical value type questions, and you have paragraph type questions as well, where they will give you a paragraph and they will ask you questions on the basis of that paragraph. So again, you have negative marking for incorrect answers here. So same rule applies. Don't fill out a choice unless you are absolutely certain. So, and this is just to, this table is to just to give you an idea as to what to expect in the exam, but it is subject to change. Yes, can you please move forward? Now the exam pattern is clear. What should be the preparation strategy be like? So the first and foremost thing is to make sure you stay healthy during your preparation stage and also while you are taking the exam. There's a reason why I kept this point at the very top. It surpasses everything else that comes into picture. So just and it's very important to make sure you take good care of your health, eat good food, and get good sleep. And if you fall sick, it can be very detrimental, and it will be very hard to catch up with the syllabus and the flow of the preparation if you fall sick. So make sure you stay healthy during the entire preparation process. And then the other thing you want to make sure is you know the syllabus. Those are the basic things, and you also want to know weightage of each topic so that you know how much time you have to devote to each of these topics. And NCERT books are necessary. You should be thorough with all the NCERT study material. But for subjects like physics and mathematics, typically it's not sufficient. So you need to refer to other study materials to get a sense of, to get an idea of everything that is going to be there in the exam. So, and the other thing I would recommend is just stick to one set of study materials while you are learning basic concepts. Don't refer to too many different types of materials, because that will be time consuming and it will not be that helpful anyways. So and while preparing for these exams, the idea is to take as less time as possible while learning the basic concepts, but spend more time practicing questions. And while practicing, we want to practice as many different types of materials as possible and get a lot of practice. So try to wrap up your basic concept study as quickly as possible and then go and practice previous year papers or materials that are out there from different coaching institutes. Please move forward. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to cover on the preparation strategy side of things. Now, just a quick slide on how my journey has been so far. So, I, like many of you, started from January. In fact, I started a little late compared to most of you who joined in 6th class. I started in 9th class back in 2008, and my parents in was in Baleshwar, and then I qualified for Lakshya IIT JEE coaching, went to Hyderabad for JEE coaching for a couple of years. Then I got into electrical engineering BTech program at IIT Kharagpur and graduated from there in 2016 and did a job for a while and then came to US for higher studies. I had always this passion for innovation and to do new things that sort of inspired me to pursue research as a career. And I have been a PhD student for now roughly 4 years or so. And these are the pictures at the right hand side. You see me holding a prototype of something that we have built in our lab. So I work in the field of power electronics, which deals with power conversion, basically efficiently converting electrical energy from one form to another, from one voltage level to another. And they have very broad applicability ranging from medical to defense to consumer electronics. And at the bottom, you are seeing one of the power converters that is meant to be an adapter for the laptop power supplies. So yeah, this is how my journey has been so far. And during my journey, I have met some incredibly smart people, learned a lot from them that has enriched me in many ways. And I have learned so many things from them and hope to keep going forward with the same passion and energy. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to cover. And if you have any questions, I can take them at the end. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mausamjit. I'll let Mr. Danid Mahant to talk about his journey and preparation, how the preparation can be done for the engineering. Please unmute yourself, Danid bhai.
So, all of you, good evening.
And
Okay. Thanks, Mosamjit. You have covered most of the the journey for the preparation, as well as what was your journey. So it was nice. So mainly, I'll be concentrating on how exactly we have to prepare for this entrance examination. Because as most of the JNB student, so most of the JNB students, so they are very good students only, but they are not able to crack JEE main while studying in Navodaya Vidyalaya, right? The reason is they don't have the right idea how to crack it. So I need to discuss all these things. How exactly we have to prepare it. So first of all, I need to just can you move to the next? Okay. So who will be appearing for this engineering entrance and like for engineering, what is the basic requirement? So if you are having problem solving skills and if you are inquisitive enough and if you are fascinated towards technology, so then definitely it is engineering is for you.
And
So can you move to the next one? Yes. So basically we are talking of JEE main and JEE advanced examinations. As we know that JEE mains are generally conducted twice in a year, but due to this COVID situation, 4 times it was conducted. So last 2 years, and so let us say someone is studying like in general our CBSE courses. So the syllabus is entirely same as CBSE course, but the kind of question which are appearing, it is a bit above. So for that matter, so you need to prepare little different manner.
for example,
The Samyojit Mausamjit, he told that he started from class 9.
but many a times,
Our students, they are not aware,
and they do
do
not.
not prepare at class 9. Even they start preparing in late class 11 or maybe class 12.
So ideal time is definitely
Definitely class 9th time. And in class 9, what we have to prepare that we need to see. So class 9, just covering class 9 subject is not important. Moreover, we are covering class 11. Many students are covering class 11 chapters also.
so.
So my point is like if any student is in class 9,
He has to
get overall idea of what is there in class 11. And most importantly, few chapters he has to do completely thorough. Why it is required? Because if any chapter is covered completely thoroughly, he will be having a confidence that he can cover the all other chapters equally properly.
so
That is what should be the strategy.
for like JEE main examination.
And as we know that it is
Yeah, objective type examinations.
okay. One second. So basically, we should be very careful about the negative markings also.
And
Try to make the concepts very clear.
okay,
And coming to JEE Advanced, and the difference between JEE Advanced examination and JEE Main is like in JEE Main,
the timing is
it's very important. So you have to do like more questions in short time. And in JEE Advanced,
basically
questions are of tougher level. If your conceptual clarity is very good, then only you can do it. And regarding like one more like BITSAT examinations, that is also very important. One can appear because BITSAT also the colleges are very good. That is BITS Pilani we have, BITS Goa, BITS Hyderabad. Yeah. So just can you move to other slides?
okay.
Fine. So last one.
This one we already covered, right?
Yeah, the last one. Yes. So most importantly, there is some psychological requirement for preparing like engineering entrance. If you are very confident, if self-confidence is very important, so for you, so that is what. And if you are having a good reasoning ability, and usually you should be hardworking and generally like if you are preparing for 8 hours, 8 hours to 10 hours, so that is enough. But if you are doing schooling, so after schooling, if you are studying 3 hours, so that I think it will be enough. Yes. So next it is okay. So regarding books and all, like physics for basics, one can start with S.C. Verma book, and B.M. Sharma book, lot of varieties of problems are there, but you need to check the method what it has done because you can get some very different good methods. But varieties of questions you can get in B.M. Sharma book. Similarly, for mathematics, there are many books, but for some standard, what they are following is like Vikas Gupta book, Vikas Gupta algebra and coordinate. For calculus, it is Samir Bansal. Also, you can follow Arihant series. And for chemistry, physical chemistry, Narendra Avasthy, and inorganic JDL, some part of the JDL, and organic chemistry one is very good book. But many times, whatever the books we are studying, so we may not be getting the best ideas. But if you want to learn a particular concept, so you can see in the YouTube particular concept you can learn very properly. And from that, if you use your brain, if you are using the talent, so obviously you can learn. And if you are joining any coaching, most of the coaching study materials are very good. For engineering resonance coaching study material is very good. Maybe some other like Sri Chaitanya Narayana also very good. Any of the study material is good. But main thing is you have to do all the questions that is available in the study material. And one more important thing, like nowadays everyone is having access to study material, books, everything. But only few are able to crack the examination like JEE Main and Advanced. For them, only thing is just mere reading a book is not enough. We are doing a questions are not enough. You have to put your brain up to maximum level so that you learn much more than what is given in the book. Then only you can crack like JEE Main or Advanced examinations. So, is there anyone last slide? Okay. So one last thing, like examination is very important. Whatever you are studying in a week, so examination should be there. You need to take some test series, or there may be some like test series like online. Weekly test you have to give and check your progress. So that is very important. And lastly, the examination day. That let us say JEE Main examination, 3 hours. So this time is this 3 hours is most crucial because many a times students do mistakes. They do more time for a particular subject, and later on they do not get any time to solve it for like other subjects. So I'll recommend that. Let us say it is a 3 hour exam, and for first allot 40 minutes each for each subject, so that you cover minimum cut-off level mark. You get minimum cut-off mark, and remaining 1 hour you can allot according to the requirement, but where you can score better. So that is how the preparation. And regarding means I have done BTech from NIT Allahabad in 2002, and afterwards I have been teaching for IIT physics. So I taught in Fiji. Then I worked in resonance quota. So I had my own coaching also. So now I am working as a physics lecturer in Sri Chaitanya, Hyderabad. Any other queries I can address it in the question and answer session.
Thank you, Dayanadivai. I'll let Debu, who can talk about the civil engineering. Debu, please unmute your phone. And
Thank you, Vai. Is it audible?
yeah, pretty much.
Good evening, everyone. So I would like to specially thank Naao for arranging such wonderful session for all of you. So directly I'll go to topic civil engineering. So after 12th, it is little bit confusing in selection of branch.
So
अगर हमको ब्रांच के बारे में कुछ आइडिया है पहले से तो हम इजीली चूज कर सकते हैं. So, जैसे आपको कुछ डेस्टिनेशन में जाना है, आपको डेस्टिनेशन ही पता नहीं है तो आप गाड़ी स्पीड में चला सकते हो क्या? नहीं. अगर आपको डेस्टिनेशन पता है तो आप आपका फुल एफर्ट लगा सकते हो. So basically just give a glimpse of civil engineering. This is my oldest branch, mother of all branch. It deals with design, construction, maintenance of all the physical and natural built environment like a building, bridge, dam, highway, expressway. So the contents of civil engineering subject matter. I please go to next. We can quickly cover it. Like survey. In survey, we are going to make a map of the surface of Earth. This helps in alignment of your roadways, pipeline, railway track. Next slide. We can quickly cover this slide one by one.
Yes, sure.
structural engineering.
Here we are designing the component of a building like a beam and column so that it can withstand the load of a building. Next.
Next is the transportation engineering.
Here we are dealing with expressway, highways, and bridge, flyover. What will the width of road? Next is water resource engineering. Here we are dealing with construction of dam, canals, so that we can preserve water for future use and we can supply water where there is necessity. Next, environmental engineering. This deals with just like in big town there is water shortage, so they are providing water to the cities from river by purifying the water, and after that through drainage they are taking it and purifying it and disposing it into again into river. In environmental engineering they are dealing with this. Next, construction engineering, very simple, they are dealing with construction of building. Next, geotechnical engineering. Here we are mainly finding out the strength of the ground soil, so that what type of foundation is required for different type of structure we can decide. Next slide. Fluid mechanics, wide known. Project management, this deals with how to complete the whole structure within stipulated time. And this is earthquake engineering. This is a glimpse of civil engineering. अगर आपको ये ब्रांच लेना है तो आप ये देख सकते हो आपको क्या क्या चीज पढ़ना पड़ेगा, तो इससे आप थोड़ा सा आइडिया लगा सकते हो. मेन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज जॉब एंड करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज. we'll go to next slide and see. So job, specifically we'll start with government job. जितना भी आपका इंजीनियरिंग ब्रांच है सबसे ज्यादा जॉब गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में सिविल इंजीनियरिंग का, उसमें भी हाईली रेपुटेड आपका इंडियन इंजीनियरिंग सर्विस आईईएस इज कंडक्टेड यूपीएससी, यूनियन पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन. उसमें बहुत सारे कैटेगरी है, सीएस, सेंट्रल इंजीनियरिंग सर्विस, आईडीईएस, इंडियन डिफेंस इंजीनियरिंग सर्विस, मेस, सीपीडब्ल्यूडी एंड सेंट्रल वाटर इंजीनियरिंग सर्विसेज. Similarly, like IES, there is state engineering service, OES, like in Odisha Engineering Services, which is conducted by OPSC, Odisha Public Service Commission. There are three categories of job: work department, irrigation department, and HNDUT. Work department, they deal with road construction, building construction, bridge construction, and irrigation department, they deals with supplying water, construction of dam, etc. and urban housing development in cities. Recently, railway, they separated their services from Indian Engineering Service. This year they are going to conduct their separate exam. Similarly, you can go for National Highway Authority of India, especially in engineering. After coming to engineering college, you have to appear for GATE exam, because maximum job you can get through GATE exam. You can appear it in third year and fourth year. NHA especially, to get into NHA you need to get a good score within 100 rank. Every year around notice it. NHCI publish. Similarly, other sectors like government organization like AI, Airport Authority of India, DRDO, ISRO, भारत, और उसको छोड़ के आपका जैसे बी ग्रेड जॉब आपका है जूनियर इंजीनियरिंग, रेलवे और SSCG, इसको भी आप ऑप्ट कर सकते हो. ये हो गया आपका गवर्नमेंट जॉब. नेक्स्ट भाई. नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन अवेलेबल इज योर PSU. जैसे आपका इंडिया में 10 महारत्न आर देयर एंड 14 नवरत्न एंड मैनी मिनी रत्न. तो जितने सारे PSU है उसमें सब में आपका सिविल इंजीनियरिंग रिक्वायरमेंट तो जरूर रहता है. उनका जो जितना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है उसको कंस्ट्रक्ट करना, मेंटेन करना, तो उसके लिए सिविल इंजीनियरिंग का बहुत जरूरत रहता है. So this is half percentage government share is there in PSUs, and they take engineers through gate score. Also they conduct separate exam. Some PSUs they conduct separate exam for that. And beside this, you can go for private construction company also. So in third year you can start preparing for that. You can go for intensive. By doing intensive in good companies, they will offer you pre-placement offer, so that it is very easy for you to get into that company. There are some good companies like L&T, Sapurji Balanji, SCC. They provide good salaries, and you can prepare for them in your college itself. एक बार आप बाहर आ जाते हो तो इसमें एंट्री करना बहुत मुश्किल है, क्योंकि ये लोग विदाउट एक्सपीरियंस लेते ही नहीं. तो आपको ये अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी है, कॉलेज प्लेसमेंट में ही आपको इसमें एंट्री करना है, नहीं तो बहुत ही मुश्किल है. ठीक है. अदर फील्ड आपको इंजीनियर कुछ भी कर सकते हो, आप OS दे सकते हो, IS दे सकते हो, या जितना भी आप बड़े बड़े कंपनी देखो उसमें जो मैनेजर है या फाउंडर है सब इंजीनियर ही रहते हैं. ठीक है. सो यू कैन गो फॉर दैट आल्सो. नेक्स्ट भाई. अगर आपको इससे सेटिस्फेक्शन नहीं हो रहा है, आपको कुछ हायर जॉब चाहिए, देन यू कैन गो फॉर हायर स्टडीज. लाइक यू कैन डू MTech in some reputed institute in India, like IITs, NITs, or you can go abroad for MTech. इसके लिए आपको गेट का स्कोर अच्छा आना चाहिए. To get into NIT, you need to get गेट स्कोर within 3000 rank. और आपको IIT में जाना है तो 1000 के अंदर आना चाहिए. तो इसमें आपको सिविल में कुछ स्पेशलाइजेशन है जो आप ले सकते हो. स्ट्रक्चरल इंजीनियरिंग, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इंजीनियरिंग, एनवायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग, जियोटेक इंजीनियरिंग, जिसमें आपका अच्छा जॉब है. दूसरा स्पेशलाइजेशन इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है. और इसको छोड़ के आपका MBA ऑप्शन है. जैसे आप MBA के लिए केट एग्जाम देना पड़ेगा आपको, नॉर्मल MBA आपको जैसे IIM में करने के लिए. बट इन civil specialization, some institute they are providing MBA course like NICMAR in Pune, Niti Mumbai in Mumbai. Niti Mumbai is taking through GATE. They are providing special MBA course which is related to civil engineering courses, like construction project management, infrastructure management. Because nowadays company need people with some techno managerial skill. Means they both have technical knowledge and management knowledge. So they are preparing those kind of students. Else you can go for MS, and after MTech, another path is open for you, that is teaching line. You can become assistant professor in college. It is very cool job, and you just teach 1 and 2 hour in college, and rest you can give your time in research work. After that you will also go for PhD. Next slide. So what kind of job you expect in different field? Like after just BTech, you can expect like your next. This is related to only site operation, supervision, maintenance, and they will not give you core job like your geotech engineering, design. They will give some little bit of designing and planning, because after BTech you are not that much experienced. But going to that core engineering job, you have to do your higher studies in MTech, or you can get experience in company around 2 to 3 years. Then you can enter into that like project manager, design engineer, geotech engineer, transportation engineer. And in government and PSU specialists, they are doing managerial work. They are not into so much technical thing. yeah, technical knowledge is required, but not that much, because all works they are doing by giving contract to the private companies. They will just supervise, get the work done by private companies. So it is very cool job. इसलिए आपको मैक्सिमम स्टूडेंट्स दे प्रीफर गवर्नमेंट PSUs, आपको जिसमें आपको इतना टेंशन नहीं रहता है गवर्नमेंट में। जैसे आपका 10 बजे 11 बजे जाओ ऑफिस में, ऑफिस वापस आ जाओ, है कि नहीं। तो ये सिविल इंजीनियरिंग ब्रांच अच्छा है आपको गवर्नमेंट जॉब के लिए, है कि नहीं। तो इससे आपको थोड़ा सा आइडिया लग गया कि आपको सिविल इंजीनियरिंग ब्रांच ऑप्ट करना है कि नहीं। आपको कुछ हिंट्स दे सकता हूँ, जैसे आपको इंजीनियरिंग में जाना है प्लस गवर्नमेंट में जाना है तो आप ये ब्रांच ले सकते हो, आपको आसान है। नेक्स्ट, अगर आपको थोड़ा टेक्निकल नॉलेज कम है, आपको इंजीनियरिंग करना है, तो इसमें आपको ज़्यादा टेक्निकल नहीं है, मैथ इसमें वही 12th स्टैंडर्ड तक आपको यहाँ पे काम चल जाएगा। दिस नेक्स्ट, अगर आपको फील्ड में घूमना है जाके, लेकिन एक जगह बैठ के काम नहीं करना है, तो you can prefer this branch. Another option is that if you want to do something which is visible to all the people, लेकिन आपको जो भी काम करना है लोगों को दिखना चाहिए, तो आप ये ब्रांच ले सकते हैं। जैसे बड़ा बड़ा बिल्डिंग है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, ब्रिज, रोड्स, बिल्डिंग आपको दिखता है बाहर से, तो आप ये ब्रांच यूज कर सकते हो। दिस आई गेव some glimpse of civil engineering. Now you have to decide whether to go for this branch or not. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me personally, or you can message me, or you can ask into the end. So about my journey, I am from Baleswar Navodaya, 2011 pass out, and I did my BTech and MTech dual degree from NIT Raulkela. Then I was teaching as assistant professor in Pune in one of private college. Now recently I am in Odisha government. Last 6 months I am working as assistant executive engineer in works department, building branch, especially in higher education department. So thank you all of you.
Thank you, Debu. I'll let Girija take you over from here. Girija, you have control.
Good evening, everyone. So, I'm going to speak about mechanical engineering career path today. So, myself, Girija Kumari Sachi. I am a proud mama that I'm from James 2008 pass out. My journey started from there and with a very strong foundation. I always thank my Navodaya days for that. After that, I got into IIT Bhubaneswar. I did my BTech mechanical engineering there. Then through campus placement, I got into Infosys as an engineering analyst myself. There I was working for aircraft analysis. Then after 1 year,
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
you were the picture taking this. Where were you?
I was on call.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll turn off. Okay.
Joined in Cummins as a technical specialist. Currently, I'm working there in engine business unit. So this is all about me. Before getting what are the career paths in mechanical engineering? First, understand what is mechanical engineering. So this is the Buddhist definition. Mechanical engineering is one of the broadest engineering disciplines. And mechanical engineers, they design, develop, build and test anything that moves. From components, machine, human body. But according to me, anything that reduces our effort is a machine. Whether it is a, we are actually surrounded by machines, and whether it is a pen we write or it is big as a car we drive, everything is machines. And who builds that? Nothing but a mechanical engineering. A lot of people say that mechanical engineering is evergreen, never tried by. Why it is so? It is because of the footprints of mechanical engineers in every, most of all the fields in industry. Whether it is the core industries like automotive or aerospace, or it is a niche field like mechatronics and biomedical. Mechatronics is nothing but the robotics, electronics, mix of that. And they are also in manufacturing, power, and defense industry. One interesting fact is that even some of the electrical core companies have more than 50% engineers are from mechanical because they design the products what they make. So possibly that the RP final has already covered how to get into engineering. Like to cover here what is there after you finish BTech mechanical engineering. Four options. Higher studies. You can go into defense or you can start your own startup. Jobs again, there is government jobs or private sector. Higher studies, you can do MS, MTech or MBA. In defense, there is technical graduate course after BTech, which is only for unmarried men, and there is the SSC. That is for both actually. Then government, there is technical and admin. There is core and service. So MS, you can also, if you want to do specializing or you're not happy with that also as mentioned by them, you can go for PhD as well, do some more specialized research and other things, or you can go to job or teaching or do research. So let's go into little deep into what are your scopes in government jobs. So UPSC or OPSC, that is actually class 1 officers. Through UPSC, you can get into go through IAS exam and you can get a job in water or power or railways departments. These are the core jobs. Then you can also get into any of the PSUs through GATE exams. Some of them have again some of their special exams as well as interviews. Then there is ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, which has their own exam called ICR. Then there is SSC, JEE, Staff Selection Commission, and Railway Recruitment Board, JEE, Junior Engineers. Then every state also has OSSC exams, Staff Selection Commission for stuff. And similarly, every state has their different exams. This is just a glimpse. Each one of them have separate exams and interviews. And you can always check online what are the eligibility criteria, what are the type of, how to prepare for that, what is the exam pattern and age criteria, category, cut-off marks. There are a lot of other things are there how to prepare for these exams especially. You can check it online. Nowadays everything is available online to get this information. So these are some of the mechanical engineering companies in India. To highlight some of them, if you go in for automotive industry, it's like Mahindra, then we have Mercedes-Benz, then also Cummins, which is the manufacturer engines, then Honeywell Aerospace is there, then Tower Technology is there, then GE, which is like General Electrics, that also has aviation and healthcare branch, which recruits mechanical engineers. Then Godrej, sometimes we think about always like Almirahs and other things, but Godrej also has a lot of thermal engineers they recruit, which are mechanical engineers. They are thermal management they do. Thermax also similarly same thing. Then there is Bosch, which is electrical equipment they manufacture, but part of that is the design part, which is mostly done by mechanical engineers. Then Larsen and Turbo has they are into lot of machinery, equipments, and other things. Then there are oil companies like Indian Oil, ONGC, they also recruit mechanical engineers. So Rolls-Royce also makes engines. This is just a glimpse. There are various other companies which recruits mechanical engineers as the core companies are there. So next, I'm going to talk about what are the misconceptions about mechanical engineers. Especially when somebody talks about engineer, they starting itself when the baby is born, they think that okay, if the girl is born, they will go into medical and diamonds engineer. And especially when it's a mechanical engineer, they always that thinking that okay, it will be a guy only. Girls mostly don't go into mechanical engineer. In fact, in my MS batch, I was the only girl who I think was doing MS in mechanical engineering in IIT. So what people think I do when I say that okay, I'm a mechanical engineer working for engines? They think that okay, I'm working in opening some car engines with handling a spare or something. But in reality, I sit in AC trying to design some engine parts and do the analysis of them on a laptop. About mechanical engineering is that when you are in a core mechanical, you get paid less. Which is, but that is, I get really paid. Yes, another misconception about especially the woman mechanical engineer is that they might not be able to do the work-life balance, juggling so many things, especially home and work and going out. How will they manage juggling so many things? I work-life balance pretty well. I have flexible working hours and also Saturday, Sunday off, and with my family's help, that's going very smooth. Just I want to highlight one thing here or stress on one point that try to get the engineering degree from a good reputed college or some of the misconceptions might come. So that's all. Always follow your passion, whatever it said and done, or else don't do it. Allow your passion to become your focus, and it will one day become your profession. So that's all from my side. If any questions are there, I will answer them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Girija. Okay, so we'll talk about something interesting, that's information technology. So when we talk about information technology, it's information and technology. So it uses both, and the everywhere currently that you are surrounded is being used as using the information technology. So whether it's your computer gadgets or you have a phone, telecom, networking, anything, you name it. Even nowadays, you get the smart bulbs, even the light bulbs are controlled through your mobile, and that is the used your information technology um, path that is been used. So I'll not take much time. I'll just cover quickly how you can reach to that path. If you talk about career in the information technology, so the career, if you see here, it has been entered into all the sectors of the industry. So IT professionals really design, support, and maintain your computer hardwares or software or any industrial parts or industrial applications that has been used everywhere. The manufacturing, distribution, or you name it, it is there. So the industry is grown pretty much. If you'll talk about from 1980s, and if you'll talk about now, it has been grown substantially. So it has its all ups and downs during the years. You must have heard about it. If you guys has burned that time, there was a boom. The IT boom was in 2000, which is called the .NET boom that started at the internet world, and e-commerce was popular that time. Then it slowly went down, And if you have heard about, 2008 and 2009, where the Enron financials and all the financial industries went down, and the market got crashed. So everything has been used as analysis, or you name it, it was the information technology has been used. So, what are your options? Like when you complete your 12th grade, what is your options? So either you go with the bachelor's degree, which is normal bachelor's degree, whether it's a science, bachelor in science, or bachelor in commerce, or the bachelor in arts. So that's your path. You have a computer science honors, or you have going for an integrated MCA, or you go for an BCA, which is a bachelor in computer applications. So those are your path immediately after 12th grade. But there is another path you have is through the engineering and technology, which you all have explained. Everybody prior to me has been explained how you can crack JEE, and how you can reach, and how you can do the IIT or enroll into engineering school or college that you have. So where you learn the about the BTech, and you can go for a lot of different. And I didn't listed a lot of things here, because those are primarily depend on different path. But as Girija suggested, though it's a mechanical engineer, it doesn't mean that she's just doing and opening a refrigerator, or a car and doing things. So she designed it using the information technology, and that's an AutoCAD or any other application that has been used. And she might be using a database to do the data analysis for a particular motor engine. Then there is another path for you, is to do the business administration. So business administrator is a broader term. If we'll talk about, that gives you real time knowledge on a industry. So you can go for a BBA, or you can go for an integrated MBAs, but there are some professional degrees, which is a chartered accountants. You can go for a cost and management accounting, or you become a company secretary. What are there after your bachelor's? So some people want to go for further studies, and you have to go for that. So you can go for the MCA, which is a master in computer applications. So during your masters, you can get your certifications. If any technology certifications, there are a lot of technologies, all the IT product companies who offer the certifications. And there are some other companies, like, if you talk about CISA, the security information security auditor certification, or you go for a system audit certification. So there are a lot of different certification programs that you can do it while you are doing it in your masters. At the same time, I have seen that there are a lot of uh, institutions nowadays integrate the enterprise applications. When I said enterprise applications, those are the enterprise resource planning applications, which is more of how a smooth sailing and a process driven application that has been taught during the masters also. So that will lead you to the industry specific or the product specific organizations after you complete your masters. So in masters, you learn how you will develop the programs, or how you develop the applications. So it taught you the software lifecycle development, and as well as it also give you an architecture skills. So the hardware or software or network architecture. So those kind of skill sets that you will get it from the masters. While you are doing the masters, you can do those additional things to support or to add to your qualification, as well as to your skill sets. Then we have the MBA. So the MBA programs, a lot of people do the management programs, doing a management in the IT, or you go for management in finance as a major, or the HR as major. But there are other courses like distribution, material management, and all that also done through the business administration. And then the last one, if you see here, I have put as a project management. So everything that you develop, or you start a construction, or you do a mechanical, everybody need a project management. So you need to, a project manager's job is to ensure that it is a scope is finalized, and perfect timeline, and handle the resource. So there are a lot of aspects on the project management. So that also a lot of people go straight from the MBA and do the project management and learn it as a project manager in a organization. But apart from those professional degrees, you still can go through the masters of regular masters, like you go for MCOM, or you just do an MSc in maths, physics, economics, or you know statistics. So, so those are your courses, and there are very few statistics people are there who take the statistics as an honors or the major in your masters. But if you'll talk about how where the statistics is used, every organization who does the budgeting and forecasting, they use statistics. Every organization who goes through the production manufacturing, they use statistics. Data analysis, you have to use statistics. ISRO, anybody you name it, they use statistics. But nobody prefer to go there. But that is a better career opportunity that you can prefer for the masters. And at the end, everything is leading to your the skill set as an information technology. So there are a lot of misconceptions that, okay, if you have just a MCOM, or if you have an MBA, or if you have chartered accountant, or you completed your masters in arts, that you cannot go into IT. That's not true. You can. If you are interested, if you have the skill set, if you want to add the skills, you can certainly go for the information technology area. What are the options on the information technology area? So there are two ways. One is the hardware, and then the other one is the software. So hardware, you can go for the manufacturing or the hardware maintenance, or you can go for the research and development, the chip development, or anything like mobile, using the nanotechnology, or all the technology skills. But at the end, you still have a management. So there is a required data center management. So that's the hardware, and you have to have that skill set to manage the data centers. Um, Software, you can go through the manufacturing of the software, and the development, software lifecycle development, and then you can have the programming skills. There are plenty of open source and closed source programming, and you have middleware applications, you have databases, you have big data. So you name it, everything is there. So the big data and the database is used for the data analysis. Data scientist is very big demand nowadays. And you'll have as I said, the business intelligence application. So you have the data. If you cannot analyze and publish the reports or the financial reports, the CFO need a profitability report year by year comparative. So that is used the business intelligence to develop those reports so that a CFO can get benefited out of it. Then the most interesting piece of it is the testing. So anything that you develop have to go through the testing period, and that testing, you have the skill set required for testing. Who are the business analysts or the test engineers who do the automation testing or manual testing. So it goes through the testing. So testing is also interesting area in the IT. Then it comes to the maintenance and support. So somebody installed the product, but it required maintenance, like, everything. It need to be updated. It need to be supported. There is a user errors, or there is a technical errors, or hardware failure. And we just had an issue that we are not able to do the PPT live while we are doing it. So that those kind of maintenance and support is also skill set that is required for you to acquire, and that is also a path. Don't think that, okay, I'm not a developer, I'm just supporting. That doesn't have a value. That has more value than a developer, because a developer develops and goes and deliver the product, but maintaining that and supporting that product is the maintenance engineer's job. um, so throughout this, my journey, if you really, I'm not a a engineering qualification, or a degree with the masters in a computer application. I just did a bachelor's degree in commerce, and then I started working on IT. But I did an MBA in finance and IT recently, and I have been working on the enterprise applications since last 18 years. I'm a veteran in Oracle technologies, so I have plenty of experience with a lot of industry experience. I come with financial industries. I have done a lot of big banking companies. You name it, in the Switzerland, if you have Swiss bank, that your Credit Suisse, which we call. I have experience in the Credit Suisse Bank, Bank of America, Riyadh Bank, Franklin Templeton, MetLife as an insurance, and then I have done a lot of government, public sector projects, and I have successfully delivered. Ministry of Finance, Singapore. I have done. If you'll talk about the U.S. Army, that's one of the project I have done. There was Power and Light company in Kansas City. I have done. They delivered the successfully for the Miami Dade County and the airport. Miami Airport is where I've successfully implemented and upgraded their enterprise applications. So currently, I'm based out from Dubai. I've been traveling to back and forth from Bahrain and Saudi nowadays, because of the Riyadh Bank project, and there is another project in the Mamtalakat. So I'll let Nilachal Bhai to take you to the more interesting on the what are different type of jobs are available. So if you have any questions, we can definitely cover it at the end. So I'll hand it over to Nilachal Bhai. Nilachal Bhai, you can unmute your phone.
Yeah. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I think also gave a very good kind of overview of what an IT on each of us, and then how we can get into IT. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to talk about when we say IT, right? I think most of us when we think about IT, so we have some okay.
Bhai, your video gone differently.
Yeah. So I think back now, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can continue now.
You get me the picture or the next slide? Just the next slide.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do okay, you go and do a course on a programming language, or I also probably explain that you can get into an IT just by taking the courses or your master courses, right? And a lot of placement happens through the campus interviews. I think the maximum recruitment that happens within IT is through the campus placement. But outside campus, also a lot of offline recruitments are also happening. And then all your lateral recruitments are happening when you've already spent few years or few months within IT, and then you can join another company, right? Or if you are want to pursue your career in a particular path in a particular area within IT, and then you can do your movement to a particular organization to take it forward. So there are different ways so when we talk about technology, like all the programming languages that we have available, right? So mostly the development and maintenance of any of the applications that we build within IT, with nothing but as a particular business process activity. So it automates a particular business process activity through the different computer systems or the programming languages that we have. So just for your understanding, I've given a few examples of that, like your Java as a programming language, or .NET, or mainframe, which is kind of a legacy now, but still a lot of US, particularly US, North America, wherein they have started with IT 30 years, 40 years back. A lot of companies still have them as another technology. So a lot of support and maintenance work that also explained, right? That still happens with these technologies. Right now, some of the companies are planning to migrate to transform to your technologies, but that's still there. PLC programming language, structured query language, which typically we use to extract data from the data that we process through these applications. AI is, I think, one of the niche technology areas today, in your geographical information systems, and the applicability of these technologies across industry, like your urban development planning, your mining, even your own utility industry, like your electricity or water or gas, does have a network of distribution, even your Airtel telecommunication companies, and there's so many interesting topics, like the part of that is core engineering, plus your geoscience and those kind of technologies. So that is one area. Other one is the data services. I think I try to categorize that as the data services, which Ashok gave a glimpse about that. We talked about the big data, the data warehouses, the data lakes, or the ETL, right, which primarily focus on the processing huge amount of data, right? So how we can store it, how we can process it, how we can make it accessible to the user, to the application. So these technology talks about that, and there are many examples for some of the technologies are like your Hadoop, one of the most common technology today in the big data area. But there also, and then one thing is that in IT, there's like a computer disruption. So every year, every month, new technologies are coming up, which is taking over the old technology. So it becomes more efficient and more lean, and then having performance like those things is improving a lot, right? And then that is why I think IT journey is as such that technologies are disrupting, because there's a disruption in technology, right? So in the big data area, like as I said, Hadoop is one area. Earlier used to be Teradata and all that. Now big Hadoop then now has become like Snowflake. So all these kind of data technology analysis and reporting, that also I think the business intelligence or the reporting part that also talked about. And then also the data science, right? So data science itself is a major career path today, or a particular specific focus in how to deal with data, and that mostly. So what is the difference is that in data science mostly deals with the predictive model of data, like how based on your current data you can predict different models that will help analysts to take decisions to in their business model, right? That will become more healthy, help the organizations in maximizing their business, expanding their business, and making the profit out of it, right? So data science, I think, is a special session that we are doing through this tool called Teams, that itself is a user experience, the collaboration tool. On the web application that we talk about the Google and all, and today we go and search and so whatever we see as a user, we experience or user interact with any application, all that falls under user experience. But there are typical technologies available for any web application. There are all this. So here I'm talking about the front-end part or the user experience part. So some of the examples I've given because it's such a vast topic. So I thought I'll just cover the glimpses of that, and anybody who's interested in it, they can go and focus on that and then go do some research and all. And then there are nowadays there are tools or content management systems which are available, which are helps in rapidly developing a website or rapidly working on a website, preparing a website. So these are called web content management systems, like your Drupal, Joomla, and many people are now familiar with this, like WordPress and all these different technologies which are available. Rapid prototyping is nothing but tools and all which helps you in scrapping a particular website and that helps in creating a prototype or developing your website. There are two other parts that I have put it called domain consulting and process consulting. Right? So within IT, the other things I'm now talking about are all the core IT work. Where is domain consulting, which is like business process management on, and any person having a specific skills within that area or experience, right? Let's say you are a healthcare professional and then you have spent some, let's say, good amount of time in healthcare or in manufacturing, right? Or in aerospace engineering, or even in civil engineering, right? So you can join IT and work and help as a process consultant or domain consultant because you understand the business nitty-gritty of that particular industry or that particular area, which you could help any IT service provider who are in the IT industry. So that is business consulting or the domain consulting area. And also a lot of regulatory and statutory compliances are there, right? So like you always say for electricity, right? So electricity industry itself is already regulated industry. It is always regulated by regulatory commission. So let's say in India, every state has their electricity regulatory commissions. Like in Odisha, right? Odisha Electricity Regulatory Commission. So they provide guidelines how to run the business, how you can the price that gets fixed and all that. So there are multiple things in terms of the security, in terms of the other data security related compliances and all that. So within domain consulting, I try to put that all that that we can use as a career path. Once you join IT, you spend some time in IT or into any of this area by upskilling yourself or reskilling yourself. Process consulting is another specific career path within IT. Once you spend some amount of time in IT, right, then you can choose that as a career path, which is mostly around your project and program management. And there are a lot of courses that are also highlighted. While you do your master degrees, also you can go for these kind of certifications. Like in India, also you have courses now available on program management, IT program management, and all that. That is going to help you so you can work in an IT as a project manager and then senior project manager or a program manager, which is or a senior program manager, delivery manager. So it's mostly deals with managing the projects, managing the people, managing the processes. And then within that also I thought this process part, you have this entire quality management system, right? Because every system, be it hardware or software or a product or a service, it does need a quality management for better service and efficient service or more accurate service or more accurate product. So quality management or this entire audit, there are multiple audits which are available. Like the most common are your ISO audits, right? So ISO 9001, ISO 27001, 27000 mostly focus on the security aspect of it. And then so you can become an auditor, you can work as a specific audit company or within IT, you can join that quality or audit department of an IT industry. So that is one part. Then project or a mechanical project or any sort of project, right? So agile is one of the, I think, hybrid kind of a model wherein it's more popular today. Many enterprises, many organizations are moving towards adopting this agile methodology. So that is career path within agile. Maybe you can play a Scrum Master or a product owner or a agile coach. So you can go for different certification within agile, Scrum Alliance, SAFe. So these are the different organizations who are offering different kind of certification from agile. So that is another career path that people can take. Then other IT areas are like I try to separate it out or categorize as infra services, right? Which mostly deals with your hardware, like the servers, laptops, the desktops, the computers, right? So all that for network also there are various hardware like your switches, routers, firewalls. So these infra services deals with all that kind of work in terms of your server management, your operating system services, your storage management, and also database services like your Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, all these database services, right? And network and access management, again, I have kept it slightly separate. It could be classified under infra services as well. But network itself is somebody can pursue that as a career path because every IT system that we talk about and when we are globally connected, networking is more important and has its lot of evidence in how you connect the systems and how it works and all right. So these local area network or wide area network or your like storage area network and all these different kind of networking and all and lot of courses are available again. Certifications are available. So if you want to choose that path, you can pursue your career. Then you can go for these courses and then certified on that and then take it forward. Cloud services. This is another like data sciences. Cloud services is another major focus area today in IT industry. Every enterprise within are either already adopted or in the process of adopting the cloud technology. So cloud is nothing but a sharing kind of technology which helps you in optimizing your cost, optimizing your entire process in terms of building your entire hardware, which is required for the software or required for all your applications in terms of the servers and all. So in a nutshell, cloud services, the major cloud services are the popular ones today in industry are of course Azure is the have the maximum share, followed by Azure is from Microsoft, then Amazon Web Services, then Google Cloud practices, right? So these are the different cloud services, and there are again a lot of courses available. You can skill yourself in those technologies. You can go for Microsoft Azure, a lot of certifications are available. So you can go for that. Another moving is your cyber security. So cybersecurity is another major focus today in industry because of a lot of hacking apps, right? So that has become a very relevant today and has become a career path. So there are multiple certifications available to pursue within cybersecurity. So cybersecurity has two parts. One is you work with the core cybersecurity technologies and develop all the kind of different solutions which are required to make your application, make your storage, make your network, everything secure, right? And plus, you can also pursue your area within cybersecurity as an auditor as well. So also talked about one or two certifications, right? One is your like system security auditor or CISM, which is like your security information security manager, right? So there are multiple again, but cybersecurity itself is a very focused area today. So if I talk about today in the IT industry, the new ones, or we can talk about the latest ones, are of course data sciences, cloud services, and cybersecurity. Okay. Then all the enterprise packages, nothing but every organization does need to manage or maintain its enterprise functions like your finance and all. So a lot of enterprise resource packages are available, like your SAP, Oracle, and all. Most of this stuff Then within that, I have kept integration as a separate category because this middleware or enterprise service integration layer which are required. Because, today, if you see any organization, right? If you go to a bank, to a manufacturing company, or to a government office and all, right? So every organization has a huge set of applications that data flows across from one system to another system, right? Because when you run a business process, it does need to go through multiple departments or multiple functions, multiple activities. So it does need the system, the information flow from one application or one system to another system. So you must have a solution at enterprise level, the integration solutions. Okay. I'll not take more time because we also need to spend some time for Q&A. So I'll spend only 2 minutes more. So testing services, so already talked about that, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. There again, you have the different methods of testing, like efficacy testing, then your load testing and all that. Then the other two key important aspects is of course the OT, the operation technology. So within IT, OT is the group that we talk about. IT is also the information system, wherein OT is operational technology, wherein it is more applicable to industry like manufacturing or electrical industry or civil industry and all, right, where you control the machines or the equipment or the tools remotely. And that is where these OT technologies are kind of more important. So many machine or Internet of Things, right? Supervisory control and data acquisition. So there are different kind of areas. Again, a very specific area. We can talk about engineering also. There's some call that as engineering technology. So that is another one. The other one is again the entire automation focus. So today IT industry is moving towards more lean and more automated. We can talk about the digital transformation that maybe you would be hearing many forums, many platforms we talk about that. So there is a lot of focus in automating what we do. Within IT, the work that we do, how we can automate that itself, right? Of course, the business activity that needs to automate, but like postman, what he does, how we can automate that itself, right? Or in the bank, the cashier, what he does, how we can automate that work. Or a manager, what he does, a branch manager, how we can automate. But within IT also, there are a lot of technologies and tools which are coming up, which help in automating your work. AI, ML, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, I think maybe you must be hearing that in many forums again. And so which primarily helps you in user predicting models based on the past data and all. So this DevOps is another like CI/CD, lot of technologies are available in CI/CD, and that helps in how you can streamline your entire development process within IT with more accurate and more predictive and data. So in the nutshell, right? So these are different areas within IT that you can choose your path. You can come to any particular path or any position, and depending on how come years, then you can see and choose any of this path by upskilling and reskilling yourself. So with that, I'll conclude here, and then I'll at least have some time for the Q&A if there are. So thank you all again for having this opportunity. So thanks to Naao and our HR cell for conducting this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilachala. So we'll go to the next round of question and answer. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand through on the Teams, or you can type your question on the chat. Saubhagya, if you can read the questions. So let me read a question. I think I got a question on Teams chat. Okay, so I have a question from Ali. How far it's feasible to move from an end user of any enterprise package to be a process consultant? Nilachal bhai, you want to take this or I'll take it?
Yeah, I can take it. Then you can add on to it.
Yes,
So
sure.
as I said, like as a domain consulting group or a process consulting group, right? So if you are kind of a user of a particular enterprise application,
Um, I think there is a problem with Nilachal Heights network. Okay, so let me answer to you. Okay, just give me 1 second. He's back. Nilachal Bhai, you can.
Yeah, I got disconnected. So did you cover or I cover it again?
No, no, I was about to. But you can.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, right, these ERP packages, you have been using that as a user for that, right? So primarily what it depends on how comfortable you are on that product part and how the different features of that product and different modules of that product, right? So once you have been in right, yeah, there are scope and opportunity to join as a IT as a product consultant. By giving SAP packages, if you are let's say working on SAP packages, then there is a package for DICE, right? It was a system for it. So you let's say you are working as a engineering company or in a distribution company and using that package. So after a few years, if you can become an expert on the different processes and features of that product, and you can join IT as a product.
Yeah, just to add to that, so most of the it is the process engineers or the consultants or the functional or business consultants who work on the enterprise applications, whether it's Oracle, SAP, or Info, Workday, Salesforce. So there are plenty of enterprise applications available in the market. So you can, as a process person, can join and work as a consultant to lead the customer into best practices, the processes. So they are successful in that area. So it's a very good start to have as an end user. So if we talk about a finance end user, he's an accountant and he used the analytics reports and financial accounting, then goes into the finance. If we talk about a distribution person who work on the warehouse and worked on the distribution processes, he can be a very good value add for the supply chain and distribution modules on the enterprise applications. So, and the procurement team or inventory management. So there are plenty of options. You can go for it, and definitely, it is a better opportunity for you to adapt because you already knows the product, you already knows the process. So that gives you more value when you approach towards the IT. Okay. Um, there is no more questions on the chat window here. But if anybody on the call, if you want to, or if you have a question, please raise your hand. So you can click on the raise hand button. If not, I'll go. Saubhagya, can you unmute your phone and read the questions from the YouTube channel?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Subhai. Myself, Sobhagya. Hello, everyone. I'm here to deliver the questions of the audiences from the YouTube. So, first question from a girl from Jain Jagat Singhpur, Rajalakshmi Shahu. So, first question is, what is the best branch of engineering?
Okay, so let me ask Giriza or Debu or uh, Mausamjit. You
I
guys,
think they have given their perspective for each branch, right? So, and they have been very kind of detailed.
yeah, go ahead,
Go ahead.
Girija.
your passion, your interest, that should drive the branch, not that what is best, you should go for that. Sometimes, if you are not in the correct branch, you might not progress enough in that career path. So always follow your passions, then I'll stick to that my last line. So automatically you will grow and prosper in that career path. It don't feel like work at all. So that's what.
Thank you, ma'am. So, next question is, uh, what to do to get a job in ISRO? From Raja Lakshmi Sahu.
Who can take it? Dani Divai, maybe you can answer that.
I think Girija or something also can take that, right? They also talk to these folks.
Actually, Nidhi left in between because of
Girija or something can take. Anyway.
I think I can answer this question at least from an electrical engineering point of view. I would say the first thing you need to do is to appear in the what used to be the ISAT exam. I don't know if the name has changed or not. That used to be the case 10 years ago. I'm not like currently up to date with what their recruitment process is. But once you take that exam, you can get into sort of the bachelor's equivalent of any of the space programs that we have in Indian universities. I think there is one in Kerala, and there was one in Gujarat or somewhere. So yeah, that's one of the straightforward paths that you can take. The other options would be to, as usual, graduate from any of the good engineering colleges, have a solid foundation in whatever job profile that you are interested in at ISRO, and then I think you need to appear GATE then, to since it probably comes under the public sector companies, so you can appear GATE and then go through the interview process to.
Just to stop you there, it is actually they have a separate exam. Actually.
I see. Yeah.
It's not to get, even though it's a common, but there's a separate exam. After BTech, you have to give a ICRB examination. That's what I was talking about in my slide. Otherwise, they have also, they take, after some experience also, you can still try to, they have openings comes for the ISRO, and after some experience also, you can get into ISRO. You have to actually keep on checking online what are
Yeah.
career options are there. It changes, and sometimes only those openings comes. You have to check their sites actually regularly to get into ISRO.
Yes, that's all the things that I said towards the later end. Just listen to what Kejadi said and follow it. Yeah. As I said, I'm not like super familiar with the PSU recruitment process these days.
Okay, thank you both. Sabhagya, next question.
Yeah. So, same girl, Raja Lakshmi Sahu from Jainvija Singapore. So, what is the route to be a mechanical engineer?
I think that one is Girija covered it. Did she miss her slide? Um, we'll upload.
Maybe she's asking about how to get into a mechanical engineering college. Is that the question like that? I don't know what she was pointing towards. If it is that, then I think it is about you have to check some of the reputed engineering colleges old ranks. What are the cutoffs and other things from past few years? If you really want that mechanical engineering in that particular college or some of the good colleges, you have to little check that key, what is the cutoff, how which rank people get into mechanical engineering. Then you have to prepare accordingly to get those marks and rank all India ranks. After that, I think my presentation must have been clear for you that what is that after that,
Um,
after BTech.
Soubhagya, you can respond that she can go through the YouTube and the slide deck will be uploaded into our Facebook page, so she can access it from there as well.
Okay. So my next question, the questions asked by Naao and Divyajyoti Patra. So the question is, how to become a software engineer?
Okay. Nilatal, you want to take that or I'll answer?
Yeah, I think you go ahead. I think anyway you have covered that, right? That is already there on those slides. I think.
Yes. So to answer to that question, how to become a software engineer, if you want to go through the courses, you can go through the BTech in computer science, or you can go for integrated MCAs from the 12th grade, or after graduation, you can go for the MCA programs. So that's how mostly 85% of the audience go from that route to becoming a software engineer. But that doesn't mean that the regular courses, if you have or you didn't got an opportunity to pursue or MCA or anything, you cannot go. You still can go, but that path is a little tough and difficult, and you have to prove and you have to go through the industry experience and then get a perfect opportunity to go for it.
Yeah, some of the IT companies are nowadays hiring, right? At least Infosys, HCS, and all for normal graduates as well. Like your normal BSc, BCom graduates, like as a phrase, starting being done. Okay. Thank you. So, next question from Prabhu Prasad. Sir, how can I become a doctor? I mean, he want to ask how to pursue doctorate in engineering.
And that is a question for Mausamjit.
I suppose, yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah. Yeah, to pursue a doctorate, basically, you want to get a PhD. So, uh, you need to be really motivated towards the field of study, and you should have the passion for the subject and the desire to learn more and contribute more towards the field. And it's a big commitment to get into PhD. It's not like any other degree where you take courses and write some exams and then get a degree at the end of a stipulated amount of time. That's not usually the case with a PhD. You have to dedicate your heart and soul to it. Research is like whatever the outcome of the research, it's like a baby. So, and the success of your PhD is judged on the basis of uh, what new contributions you have made to the field. So, and you will only be able to make new contributions provided you have solid foundational basis in the subject area and you are highly motivated to learn new things and do new things. So this is the first and the foremost requirement. Once you have that, then comes the routine work that needs to get done to get admission into any of the PhD programs in India or abroad. In India, uh, especially I think last in about a couple of years ago or so, or probably more, the PMRY incentive has started where they are encouraging people who are graduating from good universities such as IITs and NITs to stay back and pursue research in India with good stipend. And so you can apply to the IITs, talk to the professors under whom you want to do research, and that's basically
if you want to pursue research in India, but if you want to go abroad, let's say Europe, US, or Australia, I can talk in detail about the US procedures. I'm not super again familiar with the procedure for other abroad universities that are in Europe or Australia per se. But for US, you need to appear in GRE and TOEFL, have good scores from there, and then have good recommendation letters from let's say where you have worked or where you have got your undergraduate degree, and then you can again start talking to people and get a sense of what all the lab groups are doing, and then apply to those universities. Those application deadlines are typically in November, December timeframe. So target accordingly, and then that's all you need to do to get admission into PhD. And then it usually takes 5 years or so to get a PhD. I hope that answers the question.
After MS or MTech, you can do PhD as well as you can do PhD after BTech. It's a dual degree course. Some of the IITs offer that. So along with MS, you can do PhD as well as it is a 5-year plus course only, minimum 5-year course. So in that you finish your MS as well as PhD. You get dual degree in that. So that is also one way to add on to that.
Thank you. So that's all from YouTube.
Okay, so we don't have any questions, and we are done. So I'll let. Sorry, Saubhagya. Thank you, Saubhagya, for transforming the questions back here. I'll let our HRD cell convener, Asavanu, to close the meeting by just saying few words and thank you note.
Okay. Good evening, all, and thank you. Basically, thank you so much. I can tell in a simple word like thank you, and thank you to all the speakers, like those who have joined today's session. They are all intellect, and we have selected all these guys, like all these 6 guys, those who have presented today. This is an awesome session, and this subject, basically engineering and technology, these 2 parts, and it's covering most of the job, and it's providing most of the jobs to our students. So this was an important career counseling session today. Hope all our students and those who joined other audiences, those who joined, thanks to all, and hope this session will be helpful for them. And this session definitely will be this recorded, and this will be uploaded on YouTube in our Naao YouTube. So those who have missed this session, they can see this afterwards. And I can say thank you to our event management team, basically Shubhendra, who has designed a very nice poster for us, and technical team. I would like to thank Saubhagya, basically Saubhagya and Ashok from IT cell. So those guys have given a lot of time for this arranging this virtual session, and Saubhagya also coordinated this total session also from the YouTube side, and he put the questions on behalf of students. And thanks to Saubhagya and Ashok. And if I go to other event management supports, what we got from our volunteers, basically Manas Mandal,
Sanjay Naik, and your Tapan Patnaik and Deepak. All these guys, they have supported us to make this session beautiful. And next, if I go towards the end, I would like to thank all the speakers from Moshamjit, Dayanidhi, Debu, Girija, Nilachal Bhai, and Ashok. You guys are fantastic and you have given a very nice presentation today and hope it will be very helpful to students. Thank you all. Thank you all audiences. We have done a good job. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashavanu. We are just 10 minutes over the scheduled time. So at least we control the time management and all the topics covered. I just want to say thank you, everyone, and have a good night for people in India, and good day for Mausamjit. I think he is the only one in US, and good evening for me. I'm still at 7:40 for me.
Thank you. I really enjoyed talking to all of you and had a great time. Hope people really benefited from it, and they can always reach out to me if needed, if they have more questions. And if they need anything more, then we can probably hold these kind of sessions in future as well. I'm always happy to contribute. Yeah. One more addition, one more information from HRDCL. So this engineering and IT, basically we will provide some point of contacts for engineering and IT. Already I have shared few contacts like Manas Mandal. So going forward we'll have a engineering and a group. Already IT cell is there. So we'll have a engineering group. So all our engineering guys will be staying there and they will be helpful to our students going forward. So whatever requirement, it may be job or it may be career related requirements. So our engineering experts, they are going to help going forward. So next session, I'll like to declare here, we'll have our next session on education sector, basically job in education sector. So it will be like maybe towards the end of this month. Thank you all.
Saubhagya, I'm turning off the streaming.